This is Keith Boggs of Stonebriar Property Inspections, and this is the debrief for 5533 Jester Drive. Got about 74 items here. We're going to go ahead and cover all those now. The first picture here you see, once it opens up, is just a picture of the front of the house. Come on, there we go. Just a picture of the front of the house. That's really just for the title page of the report, nothing necessarily wrong. And so the very first thing I did is I got up on the roof, did my inspection, and when I was done, what I've been doing the last 6 months is actually taking videos of the roof so people can actually see what I see. So this video is about a little bit less than 2 minutes long. We're going to play the whole thing so we have it for the recording. This is ridge venting right here. That's great. That's a great way to vent. That's a good quality shingle too. It's not like that's a bad shingle.
This is like
this is a good
30 year.
Yeah, this is a good shingle. This will, and I didn't see one bit of hail damage, no shingle damage. Actually, there was no roof issues at all, which is pretty unusual. Usually, there's always a few roofing issues, but this one was fine.
All of these are new caps and all.
Yeah, and you've got a power vent. You got a
power vent.
Yeah, I'll show you that. I got a picture of that, and it does work. I tested it. It's almost done. That's the end right there.
So no evidence of hail damage.
Not a bit. The roof looks great. It looks very new. I don't know how new it is. They probably
so is it consistent with 2017?
Yeah.
That's consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Oops. Got too far there. No, that was the video. Okay. Okay. So this is not a very good picture, but there is some exterior cracking. Several areas. I've got pictures of that. None of the cracking that I saw is structurally significant. Some of the bricks are actually loose. You can actually jiggle those bricks up front. I know you were talking to a contractor. You may do some things with that. But any of the cracking that I saw, it looks fine.
It's not related to foundation.
Not structurally significant. No.
Okay.
No. Okay. This is this sign language I used for myself. This is telling me to tell you I can't find the clean outs. So I'm saying double clean outs missing. I don't see any double clean outs up there. Now there is something that appears to be a clean out on this side here. We'll see a picture of that.
What's a clean out?
Clean outs for your plumbing. So if you have a plumbing issue, they can get in there and clean out the plumbing.
Oh, okay.
They should have a double clean out. Usually they're right in front of each other. The one at the front goes that way. The one that one goes that way. That's how they fish in there.
Oh, they go in there if there's a problem.
Yep, that's right. And so it may be here, but it may be buried underneath the mulch. But we don't know for sure, so you're going to have to ask the seller. So the inspector did not see double cleanouts.
Okay.
Are there double cleanouts, and where are they? And the reason this is important because sometimes when they build the house, they don't install these, especially in this time frame, and you have a plumbing problem down the road, and then you have to find out that there's no double cleanouts, and that you got to pay for the double cleanouts.
He said he did the
scoping.
No, the sewer replacement. A couple of years ago, sewer relay, like changing the front sewer line into plastic pipes.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's 2009.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah. That doesn't really tell me anything. That's the only documentation.
Yeah, just a sewer relay. So
yeah. Okay.
FYI.
Yeah, that's just something to.
But did you find any at all? That's supposed to be
how many? There's something that looks like a clean out, but it's in a weird location. And there should be two of them. They're usually right, like if this is from the house, they're usually right in front of each other.
Okay.
And they're always in the front landscape beds here. But it is common for people to bury them over the years. They bury them. So they may be just buried under the mulch. We just want to find out. They're
Okay.
probably there, but sometimes they're not. And I've had people, that I've told them to check on the double clean out, so they don't do it. And then I get a phone call saying, "Yeah, I wish I would listen to you because this cost me $2,500 or $3,000 to
So
clean out."
ask seller
where the double clean outs.
Okay.
This is some more cracking. This is really the bricks are just loose. There's some cracking there. This is all this. Right, these bricks are just loose there. So.
Yeah.
Again, not structurally significant. This picture, since we're doing a termite report, I've got a report conducive conditions. The conducive condition is high soil at or above the brick ledge, vegetation touching the structure, anything that could attract termites. And so you've got high soil at the front and you've got high soil at the back. Now, if you're doing a conventional loan or you're paying cash, then it won't matter. But if you're doing a VA loan or FHA loan or some small banks, you're going to require you to remediate these conducive conditions. Either lower the soil and treat the soil, and trim away the vegetation from touching the structure. Or they won't fund the loan until that is done. So, are you doing a conventional or VA or FHA?
No.
Okay, then you're fine. You're fine then. I did not find any termites, so I've got a sticker underneath the sink, and I believe I got a picture of that. I'll show you that in a minute.
No termites.
No, I did not see any termites. No. This is more high soil. This is where I find termites all the time. They build their nest inside this mulch, and when it's above this brick ledge here, they build what are called shelter tubes, but you can't see them because the mulch is covering up the grade beam. So there could be shelter tubes there, and termites could be accessing the structure. You'd never know it. So that's why they want that clearance. So both sides here and there, high soil. You do also have vegetation touching the structure. That's another conducive condition. This is the water pressure to the house. The range for water pressure is 40 to 80, and you're a little bit above 70, so that's good. Good water pressure of the house. This is your front spigot, and where I took the water pressure, and it's leaking. I don't know if you can see that drip.
Okay, so leaking.
Leaking from the seat.
Significant leaking, or just?
Well, I don't know if you can see it down here dripping down.
Oh, okay.
There's another drop right there, just dripping down. It's kind of really, yeah. So just at the handle.
Okay.
Now you may be able to tighten this down and stop it for a little while, but the problem if you tighten this too tight, then you can't turn the water on.
Oh,
it makes it so you can't move the handle.
So maybe if we prevent this, just replace that front.
Yeah, or it could be just a matter of replacing the seat.
The seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You shouldn't need to replace the whole thing.
Yeah.
First, this is pretty minor. That's just the location of it. This is the heavy vegetation we talked about. Now there was one area up front where the bricks are actually deflecting. So they're not only cracked, but they're actually deflecting out a little bit. So it's showing a little lateral movement. Again, I don't think it's anything structurally significant. Did the engineer talk to you about this at all? This one crack?
No.
It's just right up front here. See it right there?
Yeah.
It kind of cantilevers over a little bit. It kind of deflects a little bit. Hey, puppy.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. No problem. So this is what a cleanout would look like, but it normally would have a cap on it, and there'd be two of them. But this is in a weird location.
Is that a clean out right there, or you don't know?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is because of where it's located. That'd be a very odd location for a clean out. This may be where they did something with that relay.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, but regardless, we don't see two of them. So we want to have the two. Okay, so in the garage, you've got stuff covering the walls. So there'll just be a comment in the report stating that at the time of the inspection, there was stuff covering the walls, and I couldn't see the walls. So you just want to ask. So the inspector said he couldn't see behind the shelving. Is there anything there that that could be that he missed? Is there holes in the wall? Is there stains? We want them to disclose it. This is your Lennox condenser.
Okay.
This is your manufacturer's label.
Okay.
These two things are really for me. Again, they'll be in it's a 3-ton. This will be in the recording of the video. I use it to check in the breaker box at the max breaker. The max breaker is 30 per Lennox. So when I get to the Pena box, which is the next picture, I think, I looked to make sure that breaker matches, and it did. It was fine. So
what year is this?
This is 14 SEER. It's going to be before 2016. I think it's 2008. I have to look for sure. They're all different. It's hidden. It's hidden inside the. It's hidden inside the serial number. I'll look it up and put it in the report.
Oh, really? So we don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say. It doesn't state explicitly the year.
No. It's hidden. It's hidden inside the serial number. Some of them train will put the actual date on it. A few of them will, but there's about 30 of them, and most of them don't. They hide it inside the serial number, and they all do it differently.
This is called what? The compressor?
This is the condenser.
Condenser.
Yeah.
Condenser. So I always got confused between condenser and compressor.
Yeah, the compressor is actually inside of the condenser. So this is the condenser. The compressor is inside of it.
Oh, okay.
It's a black. If you look
so it's the same.
It's the same part of that. Yeah.
So condenser, compressor.
Yeah, condenser is the unit.
Compressor is inside.
Yeah, that's what's compressing the freon.
Yes.
Compressing the freon.
Okay. What does it look like to you? The year approximately.
I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look online.
It doesn't. Here's the thing. Replace compressor for air conditioner and furnace 2017. It doesn't look like 2017.
Well, that would be inside the unit. This label is on the outside of the unit. That's when the unit was. This is when the unit was manufactured. The compressor is inside of there, so that would be a different label in there.
Oh, so when they replace the compressor, it doesn't mean that they replace the condenser.
No.
Oh, just the inside. So
yeah,
the box can
just
look
a
old.
piece of If you.
So the box can look old. The cover can look old.
Yeah.
But the inside is new.
Could be. Yep. Yep. You got the fan in there. You've got a compressor. There's only a few parts in there. The coil that goes around it.
Right.
There's just a few. There's only really a few parts, and they call it the condenser. It actually does both condensing and evaporating. They call the inside the evaporator, and it actually does the same thing. Also, they just gave this the name condenser, and they gave that the name of evaporator, air handler. That is reverse the freon. So in the summertime, the outside unit is condensing, and the inside unit is evaporating.
So
in the summertime, it reverses.
Okay, so the age of these, from looking at that, what are you looking at? The outside box.
Well, I would be looking at the serial number here, but I have to look online.
You look online.
I have to,
Okay.
yeah,
What's your guesstimate to be? Looks like
I
what?
think it's 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Okay, and the condenser inside.
The compressor, you mean?
Yeah. What? Yeah, compressor.
The compressor, we don't evaluate the compressor. For us, it's just, does the air conditioning work, and is it within differentials?
Okay.
We don't take anything apart. That's only
So,
that's something.
so when it says replace compressor for air conditioner and furnace,
Yeah.
is that consistent with this, or you don't know?
We don't know.
You don't know.
No.
Okay. So
No.
that's a big question there.
Yeah. They should have receipts or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it definitely does not mean the whole unit was replaced.
Right. Yeah. Because this outside doesn't look new to me.
Yeah.
Looks like
No, it's not brand new. No.
At least 5-7 years.
Yeah, it is.
Now the
Yeah.
inside, I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I'll look it up online. I can go to Lennox and find out exactly, and then I can go figure it out. I'll put it in the report.
Okay.
This is a video of the condenser. So and it sounds great on the outside. So this is what it should sound like. I mean, if it ever starts sounding weird, you can go back to this video here and play this video. It sounds good. It's nothing. This is what it should sound like. So, a couple years from now, if it starts making a weird noise, you're not sure. Play this video. You can go ahead. It sounds the same or it doesn't.
Lennox.
Yeah,
It's a decent brand.
Lennox is good. Yeah, Lennox is a good one.
Okay.
This is for me. This 200 amp panel box. This is also for me. The type of panel box it is.
It looks like a new panel box.
Yes, it's a modern panel. Not brand new, but it's modern.
Modern.
There is a couple things inside of it though. On the outside, this is not labeled. There's no labels.
No labels.
No labels. So we want to. That should be labeled for safety reasons. So
labels for panel box.
Not labeled. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm just telling you that's not something that won't be in the report. That's just for your information.
Yes.
Okay. So this is called. Okay. See how you have a single wire going to a single location. That's how it's supposed to be. When you get up here, you'll see there's multiple wires, 2 and 3 wires going to the same location. It's called the same thing up here. It's called double tapping, and you're not allowed to do that. That's a fire hazard. Could damage equipment connected to the circuit. And so on both sides of the panel box, here too. See double taps, double, triple tap, double tap up here.
So
double tap.
is that
That's something you want to ask for. It would be in the report. It's a safety hazard.
so
Now, I don't know why they did that. These are called these little screws right here are called terminals, and they've got plenty of room here to spread these wires out. You've got one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they've got 9 wires, and they've got plenty of space. I don't know why they did this. They were lazy, I guess. So an electrician can do that. It'll take them probably 10 minutes.
Okay. So you recommend maybe have the electrician come out and take a look at that.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the top of the water heater. This is a conduit, and the wiring conduit has come loose from the top of the water heater, electric water heater. So that conduit needs to be attached to that wire.
It's a protection cover.
Yep.
But it's not the wire itself.
Not the wire itself, but now the wire, that's the wire underneath there.
Yes.
So you can get a rodent in there eating on it, or over time it just gets, so that needs to be conduit needs to be attached to the top of the water heater. The TPR valve, which is the temperature pressure relief valve, it's seized up. So that should be that should be replaced every 4 years, whether it works or not. So that's something you're going to want to ask for. That keeps the water heater from exploding.
Okay.
There is no drain pan here. Okay, so when they installed this, drain pans were not required inside the garage, but it doesn't have a drain pan. And then this is also very old.
Very old, huh?
Yeah. I can't see the date. They got spackle on it. You see, they covered it up with some overspray, but I can tell by looking at it that it's pretty old.
Very old water heater.
Yep. I can't see for sure because it's been sprayed over with overspray.
It looks very old.
See if I can make it bigger. Come on. Oh, wrong button.
2005.
That's what I think it is. Yeah, so that's 13 years old. That's most water heaters that that's near the end of the usually.
This is when. So
yeah,
this
it's getting near the end of its useful life.
Replace. So when they replace, they'll fix all of it.
Yes. Yeah. I'll do all that. Yeah. Well, if they pull permits, they will. The city will require them.
How much is the heater typically?
Water heater. It's in the garage, so it's easier to deal with than inside the house. It's probably looking at $1,000, $1,200. Pretty. Pretty. It depends. There's different grades. You could spend $5,000 on a tankless.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is really for me. This is the insulation depth. It should be minimum 12 inches. You're about 14 inches. So you get plenty of insulation up there. Okay. This is your attic fan. I did test it, and it worked fine.
Is it automatic?
Yes. It's basically,
I don't have to do anything.
Nope. There's a little thermostat up there. It's set right now. It's set on 100 degrees. So when it gets 100 degrees in the attic, that fan comes on and sucks all the hot air out.
So with the rich vent on the roof versus this, why do they add on
just
this?
Extra. Yeah.
So without this, let's say this doesn't work with the rich vent.
If this quit working, the rich venting is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really need this. It's just nice to have.
So there's a switch here somewhere.
No, that's just a junction box. This is the actual thermostat. It's got a little dial on there. Okay. And so it's for me to sometimes I have a test button. This one doesn't. But you can put a screwdriver in there and you can lower it down. So I lowered it down to 60 to see if it came on, and it did. And then so I returned it back to 100.
Okay. So for me, just don't mess around with that.
You'll never have to deal with it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's back to where it was before.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. You said at 100 degrees.
It was set at 100. I put it back where they had it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a video of the testing the garage door. There's 2 tests we do. A pressure reverse test. We put something in front of the door. It should hit this. When it hits that, it should within a second reverse, and then we check the electronic eye by lowering the door and then putting my foot in front of it. That's what I was doing when you saw me out there. So I'm going to play this. Not very long. Now, if it didn't reverse or it crushed the can, then it would be something wrong, but it reversed fine pretty quickly.
And the noise is relatively normal.
Yeah, it's normal. There's no lubrication on the door. You can make the door a lot more quiet if you put lubrication on the wheels and the chain. and the tracks, I would get white lithium grease.
Yeah.
Don't use WD-40. Get white lithium grease. Get the clear kind, white lithium clear, and then just when you move it, just spray a little bit of it on each wheel, spray, on both sides. Spray some inside the tracks, and then open and close the door a little bit and spray it on the chain. But make sure you cover your eyes. And then get it. Just lubricate and that lithium grease. You do that about every 4 years, 5 years. You don't have to even do it very often. Okay, so this is high soil in the back. Again, this is a conducive condition. Okay, so this is the air conditioning differential. So what we're looking for, the differential is 15 to 20 degrees. So we have a 47 and a 64. So that's 17 degrees. So that's within the differential. It's cooling good.
Okay.
This is just the unit.
Okay, let's talk about this. Do you have any more pictures? This is called what?
This is the furnace, but they also call it the air handler, evaporator, furnace. It's furnace.
2017. That doesn't look like 2017 to me.
Well, again, it would be if there's something they replace on the inside, we want it. This is the outside of the unit.
Well, usually if they replace the whole thing, it would be the whole thing. Why would they?
Well, that's the thing when people say they replace things.
Replacing
is replacing the whole thing.
Yes.
This is like they're saying compressor. So a compressor is only a part. It's like in your car. It's like in your car. If you put a new engine in it, does it make the car new?
Okay.
No.
What do you see about the year of this?
It's also going to be hidden inside the serial number. So I'll have to look it up. But I'll look them both up for you.
Okay. Air handler. But it doesn't look new to me. It looks.
It's not brand new, no.
Not within a year or two. It looks like.
Yeah.
At least a few years.
Yeah, we'll know for sure. I'll look it up.
Okay.
This is the filter. You do have a 4-inch filter, which is great, and it was clean.
And what is the dimension of that?
It's 20 by 25 by 4, I believe.
20. Okay.
And it's a 4-inch, which is good. That means you change that sucker once a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the sticker showing that I did a termite inspection. Got my license number on there, the date I did this. So this is for your warranty. So if you have any termites that show up within 12 months of when you're closed, so if you close the middle of next month, 12 months from that, you have them show up. You call this phone number here in Dallas. They'll come out and treat it for free.
Okay, but you don't see any problem.
I did not see any termites.
Okay.
This is the disposal, manufacturer label, and the disposal worked fine. This is the dishwasher. Dishwasher heating, it should heat to around 120. It was almost there. So the dishwasher was heating fine. Manufacturer's label. This is the microwave, and the microwave was working fine. That's just the manufacturer's label. Again, this will all be in the video, but not in the report. This is your oven, set to 350, and it heated to right around 350, so the oven was heating properly. That's just manufacturer's label. And this is the top 4 burners to make sure that they worked. They'll eventually get to 1,000 degrees, but that's shows that all 4 of the burners were working.
Okay.
And the one thing the oven is missing is what's called an anti-tip device. See if I can grab that and pull it forward? So it should have a little device on the floor that when you slide that oven into a little nook, it catches the feet so that it won't tip over.
I see.
It's important.
So now I can move it.
Yeah, and what could happen is you got stuff on the top cooking, and then maybe you have got something heavy inside, like a turkey, or maybe your kid. How old is your kid?
5.
Okay, so maybe he wants to stand up and see what's in. He opens up the door, stands on the door, and then the hot liquids fall forward on him. Okay. This is this air conditioner. Yep, and it was working. I got some more pictures of that. Okay, now so this is a video of your water meter. So one of the things we want to check for is there any supply leaks, any leaks under pressure. So we're going to be looking at this little red star here. It's called a low flow indicator. So if everything in the house is off, it should sit completely still. If everything is off and it's moving, then we know we have a supply leak. But there was no supply leak. No supply leak. So we're going to play this little. I looked at it for about 2 minutes, and this video is about 30 seconds. And so you just basically sit there and stare at that for a couple minutes and make sure it doesn't move. Sometimes you'll see them vacillate like that, back and forth, and that's fine. But if it's moving continually, even very slowly in one direction, then you know there's a supply leak. So you can kind of do this on your own.
Okay. How long did you do it for?
But this video was, I looked at it for 2 or 3 minutes. This video is about 30 seconds. But if there was a leak, you would see it's moving around slowly.
Okay.
If it's a bad leak, it'll move faster. Okay, this is the heating. This is a irregular heat mode. You've got a heat pump system. You have 2 ways of heating. So under the regular heating, it was blowing at 133 degrees, and that's good. This is air conditioning, cooling. Just showing it was on 60, and then this one heating, and it was heating. And then now this is just showing 80 degrees. This is in what's called heat pump mode, and it was heating to 120, so that's fine. So it worked in regular mode and it worked in heat pump mode.
But what's the heat pump mode?
Heat pump mode, they also call it emergency heat. So let's say a tree falls and it hits a condenser out there and smashes the condenser. You put it on emergency heat, and you can still heat the house without the condenser operating. Also, if you want heat faster, it will heat faster in the heat pump mode.
Okay.
It's just a different type of system. And that's it.
Okay.
So for a house of this age, this is a very good report. This is a very clean report.
I just want to know the age of these AC units.
Yeah, I'll have to look them up on the internet.
Yeah. I'm surprised the manufacturer would just.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do it. There's about 30 different manufacturers, and they almost all of them put it inside the serial number, and it's all different. The way they put some use numbers and letters, some use only numbers, some use only letters, and then they'll change it the way they do it. So you gotta look it up on the internet. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this.